All right, so I'm Komiko.
I'm homeless jabroni.
All right, and for you guys that are listening, we have 3 more comics and a discussion piece to talk about. We're gonna go through a DC comic, a
Marvel and
Marvel,
a Valiant.
and a Valiant comic. Right, I forgot. Forgot the names for like all of them. I don't know why, but DC, Marvel, Valiant. Might be wondering why we're doing Valiant. We're gonna talk about that later. First, let's gonna discussion piece. Before that, discussion piece is gonna be about DC's new direction with their Justice League.
Whoop whoop.
Yep, it's definitely something that they have never really done before. So it's going to be really interesting as we talk about that later on. But first, because I'm a DC fan, let's just go straight into Justice League Darkseid War Part 2.
Number 42.
Yes, if you need the issue number.
Okay.
It is Justice League New 52, The Darkseid War, number 42.
Okay,
and
so
we have the normal cover.
okay, so you want to go first? You want to let me go first?
All right. I'll go first.
Okay.
I need to just say this. Like, I'm a fan of DC in general, but one thing that I found with this issue that was partly annoying is because I couldn't really enjoy any of the characters except the bad guys, because everybody just kind of seemed useless, really. The bad guys again were interesting. Darkseid was played straight. Guy with the red horns.
Red horns.
Axe.
Oh, Steppenwolf.
And the creepy motherfucker
Desaad.
They were all interesting. Then you have on the other side of the team, you have Darkseid's daughter, Grail, and you have the Anti-Monitor. And they were also very interesting, especially when Darkseid decides to punch the ground and Anti-Monitor punches the ground and goes flying. That was really interesting. But all the heroes just seemed very lackluster to me, especially...
honestly, the only one that seemed competent even was GL because he knew about New God shit.
Right, but everybody just seemed fairly
like awestruck.
Either awestruck or useless.
Right.
So...
Like Wonder Woman.
Yellow, red, green. Forget his name.
Mr.
Miracle. He gets bitched again. In the first issue, it's because he stupidly goes up against Darkseid and decides I can take him, and then gets Omega beamed in the legs.
And it's such a minuscule Omega beam.
Yeah, but like, I mean, really, it's enough. Like he got stabbed through the leg, so I can understand it. But it was just like he wanted to fuck with him.
Yeah,
And taking note of that, I just realized that he can walk in the next issue. So I don't know how that works, but I guess he has a healing factor. I don't know.
I mean, again, he's a new god,
but
yeah.
So again, in this issue, he meets Marina Black.
Yeah, let's say Marina.
He meets Marina Black. They have a little exchange, and Mr. Miracle is not too okay with the massive genocide that's about to plague Earth Zero and potentially the multiverse.
Right.
So he doesn't really go fully against her, but he does enough to where Marina Black can identify that he's not going to be 100% with her plan. So she immediately attacks him, and the way that they play it, it seems like he has a lot of time to dodge. Knowing Marina Black, I bet he didn't.
Yeah.
But the way that they play it, it seems like she was in the air for a good 2 seconds. He gets stabbed, and he again has to use the mother box to run away. And it was just like,
he's a
when
pussy.
are you? Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
No, he's not a pussy because he can't fight her.
Well,
he can't. So I'm not gonna say, "Oh, you're a pussy for not fighting." All I'm thinking is,
I mean a pussy in the wimpish way. Like he sucks.
I mean, but like, would you pit Hal Jordan against fully powered fucking Anti-Monitor? Like, would you call him a bitch?
And like, but the thing is, it's like this is the like, can we like I know he's an escape artist, but he doesn't even like escape awesomely.
No, because the thing is, he escapes after he gets injured,
Yeah.
which is the reason why it's so fucked up every time it happens. Because I want to like him, but he gets fucked up and then leaves, and gets fucked up and leaves. I feel like they're not doing enough for me to say, okay, he's a cool character.
No.
On top of that, there was another character who got bitched in this issue.
Who was it?
Metron.
Metron
got bitched royally.
Our favorite character to talk about.
Metron. Metron is sitting in his Mobius chair, and he's sitting there, and he saves the Justice League, mind you, because they were all about to get slaughtered by Anti-Monitor. That was gonna be it.
Boom tube.
Boom tube out. He's gone. They're at the Rock of Eternity. No one else in the Rock of Eternity shows up, so they made.
Yeah, they're pretty much all gone.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, but they're not there. So so they're talking, and Hal Jordan's like, he's an asshole, and Metron's like, no, I'm not. And they have a little exchange, and Wonder Woman's like, both of you shut up. Give me answers. And Metron's like, no. And she gets him with the lasso, and Hal Jordan's like, hey, it won't work because he's basically an encyclopedia for the chair. He doesn't know.
It's the chair that knows shit.
Yeah. So he goes out of his way to do that. He's very bitchy. They play him as a bitch. He's just like, he's an asshole, don't trust him, but whatever. So that happens, and then fucking they throw him out the chair, and everybody has to rush to the chair because it basically becomes a nuclear bomb after he gets off the chair. Batman comes on, Batman becomes a new god, and that's the end of the issue. But it makes me wonder two things. One, why is this all-powerful Metron nothing against any... Like, he can't get phased by antimatter, but literally everything else works on him, and he doesn't have any... He doesn't suck, but he doesn't have any countermeasures.
Oh, he sucks.
No, he doesn't. He's basically a Watcher, and Watcher got shot with a bullet.
See, but the thing that made Watcher cool is that he didn't talk.
He got shot with a bullet, and he was a bobblehead. Shut the fuck up.
He didn't talk,
He was a bubblehead that got shot.
He didn't talk. Metron does nothing but talk, which makes him so unlikable.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I mean, my thing is, he's a cool character. I like him, but he has no countermeasures against combat, and I feel like if he's seen so many worlds die, he should know the importance of self-defense.
Which makes him very sucky.
So they throw him off the chair, and it's just weird, because like, I can't really respect Metron as much, because every time he shows up, he gets bitched. First issue, he got bitched by Darkseid's daughter, Grail. Second issue, he gets bitched by Wonder Woman. Now, by the way, this event is also very big on the female empowerment. All the women are war hungry.
They're Amazons, though.
I know, but like, they're all war hungry OP people.
They're like, Marina Black is an Amazon. Grail is part Amazon, and
part Amazon, part
New God.
What?
New God. Just say New God.
Darkseid's New God?
Yeah, they're New Gods.
I always thought he was like an
again,
apocalyptian or whatever.
That's technically the right term,
but wasn't he like he was he was born on Apocalypse, and they were born on New Genesis?
No, he wasn't born on New Genesis. He was born on the old god planet. Yeah.
So he's an old god.
No. When he killed the old gods, he became a new god.
Okay, let's detour for a second.
Okay.
They refer to the Amazonians gods as old gods. So are they literal old gods? Like, are they... Okay.
Yeah, that's why they're like that. That they're legitimately old gods. I don't know, like, wherever their planet was, Darkseid was like a farmer on it, and so was Highfather. And Highfather and his people, they were glad to praise them. And when Darkseid came through, he was like, fuck this, these guys are all terrible people. You know they're terrible people, I know they're terrible people, so let's band together and let's fucking do something about it. And Highfather's like, no, that's like fucking blasphemy. Like, haven't you ever followed a religion before? And Darkseid's like, alright, fuck you, I'll do this shit myself. So what he does is actually pretty smart. Like, he spreads gossips and rumors about them, because they're basically like Greek god-like, in the sense that like
they're people mostly.
Yeah, and they have very big egos and pride. So like, oh, this one fucked that one, and that one said this about your mom, and this one punched that guy in the face, and they basically
question: where are the old gods? Because I know
all dead.
They're
all dead.
Do the Amazonians know that?
Yeah,
and they still worship them.
I'm not too sure about that, but old gods, all dead, and Darkseid took all their power for himself. There was one old god, right, who just was barely clinging on to life.
So is that why? So like, I know they exist on a plane that's outside of the 52 Earths, and Apollo crashed down, and he is an old god. So would he have came down as Apocalypse as I mean, like now that I'm like piecing it together, does that mean that there was a war, Darkseid was fucking people up, and Apollo dropped down to Earth too?
I don't fucking know, but
because he's most definitely an old god.
But anyway, to wrap this all up, with Highfather, there was the one last old god that was clinging to life. And he saw that he was his last worshiper, and the old god is very spiteful. He's like, look, that guy is an asshole. He killed off all the old gods, so I'm gonna give you every last drop of my power so you can fuck that motherfucker up.
So was he the most powerful old god?
I'm guessing so, because
he can go toe to toe with Darkseid.
Yeah, Highfather can go toe to toe with Darkseid. So yeah, I mean, he was probably at least one of the, because you never know, Darkseid probably got the lesser known ones.
Like who knows? He could have been fucking Cronus.
Right.
And Cronus is a beast. But whatever.
But getting to my 2 cents on Darkseid War now, one little piece that you left out was the explanation of Marina Black's plan, and
I'm gonna fuck this one so that they have a war and everyone dies.
Yeah, basically. She fucks Darkseid just so she could have a daughter, and they call her the anti-god because I guess that's what she is.
Because she's gonna kill the god.
Right. You know, so her name is Grail. She's super OP, super fucking awesome for like no reason. And, you know...
Well, there is a reason. She's part new god and part Amazonian.
Right, but the thing is, she in 41, she constantly states, you could be a danger to me, and proceeds to fuck them up. So it's weird, you know, but...
From time?
Yeah. Moving on, you know, I don't like... I'm not sure if Marina Black was made to be liked or whatever, but it's weird that, like Miracle Man, all he says is that, like, yo, we probably shouldn't have this war going down on this planet because, you know, like, millions can die. And she's like... You know what? I can see where this is going, and just lunges at it. I'm like, whoa! Like you couldn't even just like try to abide by what the fuck you said.
I mean, but like that's a thing that the Amazonians do. They do not think. They jump to conclusions and they go. Say it's with Wonder Woman does that up until recently. Fucking the girl from Clay, Donna Troy, does that.
Right.
Everybody does that on Amazon. Like the soldiers will blindly follow their general, kill everyone except their mom, and they'll be fine with it.
Another problem.
Amazons are not known for
thinking.
Yeah.
But another problem I have with this issue, and it's weird because I understand certain people were knocked out or, you know, tired. Yeah, but
actually, I just realized this. You just brought this up to mind.
Yeah.
Everybody was knocked out. Then when they go on the Rock of Eternity, they're all good.
But and the thing is, certain people are missing. Like, okay, Hal Jordan got fucked up. If Power Ring is still knocked out and Flash is still knocked out, why the fuck did Hal Jordan get up? So he could explain all the shit that happened in Godhead?
Where is Power Ring?
Exactly. She should be teleported with them.
Let me check.
Yeah, you see that shit.
Because
I wasn't rereading that shit for no reason, man. I told you, I was analyzing the shit out that book.
All right.
Power Ring is nowhere.
Power Ring is there.
Power Ring is there, but she's knocked the fuck out. And it's like...
No, she's awake.
She's awake. Then she doesn't do shit or say shit. You don't even see her. She has nothing of importance to say.
Neither does Aquaman, though.
Well, Aquaman wasn't even in the event to begin with. He wasn't even... From issue 40 to 41 to 42, he wasn't even in the event to begin with.
Isn't he, like, right there?
Nope.
Who the fuck is this, then?
Let me peep.
In the black armor.
Let me peep. That's Steve Trevor.
The fuck is Steve Trevor?
Government liaison to the Justice League.
I remember now.
Yeah.
Why did he get picked up?
I mean, honestly, because he was just there. Because he's the commander of Argus. That's like basically S.H.I.E.L.D. for DC.
Okay.
And like since the world was being fucked over, he's basically like it's in his job description to fucking go there and, you know, see something about it.
Yeah.
And he ended up being picked up in the boom tube.
I suppose so, yeah.
But yeah, that's one of my...
That does actually bring to question, why didn't fucking Cyborg just boom tube?
You know, and it's weird. Like, okay, Cyborg and Shazam, they're awake.
Then again, I think Cyborg was one of the first to go down.
Yeah.
Because, like, first he fucks up Shazam, and then Cyborg's like, oh, no. Cyborg's literally one of the first to go down, and then Shazam is like, oh, no, Cyborg, and then he gets bitched immediately.
He gets stabbed in the chest. Like, you would think that, that would slow him down. He's awake in the next... You're like, oh, yeah, the Rock of Eternity. We got singing bats and shit. Like, whoa,
No. If you also notice, I think everybody is fully healed.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm gonna guess the chair has healing properties.
Like, what the fuck? Like, what just happened? Like, I could understand why Flash would be knocked out.
And now you see why I don't like Jeff Johns.
Like, I could understand...
Like, this is not a thing. This isn't DC as a whole. This is Jeff Johns fucking around.
And I understand why Flash would be knocked out. If a super hot, anti-god woman...
Just comes out of your stomach.
I'd be tired, too, Wow. I'd be tired. I could see why he's knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
But my problem is Aquaman is not in this event at all. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Power Ring should have more of a thing to say because her ring is from Earth 3 and it's literally the tether, the beacon that leads the anti-monitor to Earth 0. So Metron or somebody could have said like, yo, you're the reason, or again, I'm just like, what the fuck?
Hey, you guys want this to end? Yeah, kill her.
But again, that could have been a nice plot point, or that could have been some nice character that could have been a nice anything, really.
It's actually funny because I remember in that issue, Metron is just like, oh, you guys want to live? Get off the planet.
Yeah.
Get your things and get off the planet.
And Wonder Woman
get off the reality.
Yeah, Wonder Woman's like, you can't do that. And
we're heroes. We can't.
Yeah.
It's in our job description.
Pretty much. And, Wonder Woman, she puts the fucking rope around. And the thing is, she really didn't need to. I mean,
like, if you don't... I don't know if you ever noticed this, but she's needlessly a bitch every time Jeff Johns writes her.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly.
And everyone except her. Like, the only times they actually write her well is in Superman, Wonder Woman, and in Wonder Woman. But everybody else writes her as the woman on her period. Constantly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Does Wonder Woman have periods?
And, Batman is the first to sit on this chair when they pull Metron off. And, again...
That was kind of cool. I felt it was kind of funny because it's just like, I got the chair. And then, oh, no.
Yeah. And
it was just funny because it was like all he had to do was sit on the chair.
And I do like the fact that, Green Lantern is the guy that knows a lot of shit. Like, that's not something that's, like, happening all the time. Like, when does Hal Jordan, when is he always the one to be knowledgeable, And like, it's usually somebody like Batman or Cyborg, like that spouts like the exposition and information, bringing people up to speed. But it's like, no, he's Metron. He says he's trustable, but don't fucking trust him.
He's an asshole.
He's an asshole, oh, this, that. He brings up everything. He brings everybody up to speed. So, and the very last two things of note, he axes the chair who killed his parents. He's like, oh, Joe, chill. Oh, makes sense.
What's the Joker's name?
That's impossible.
Yeah. And then I was like, hey, are you all right? He's like, of course I am, Diana. I am a new god.
Oh, one thing.
And you're speculating on whether or not he's actually a new god. Yeah. And I'm just thinking in my head, I don't think Batman would just lie about being a new god.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like, I want to seem really cool.
Yeah.
What do I say? Am I a new god? am I Kryptonian? No, I'm a new god.
Another thing that Jeff Johns didn't, like, he neglected to focus on is, you notice how Superman and Lex Luthor just appeared on Apocalypse? They were legitimately...
Yeah, they nothing happened to them, I think.
Yeah.
They got shot, and then you skip over to Barry Allen barfing people out of his stomach.
Yeah. I'm like, they were on Earth before. How the fuck did they get to Apocalypse? Jeff Johns, everybody.
Since fucking when?
Since fucking when? You're right. And it's just like, dude, what the fuck? And you got Steppenwolf arguing with Darkseid over. Like,
I'll cut him with my axe. He's like, he's not a god. Shut up.
Yeah, so Steppenwolf is just in a corner talking shit, and this is another problem that we've encountered with DC's whole story over continuity approach, because as Earth 2 fans know, Steppenwolf is dead as a motherfucker. And it's just like, okay, I understand Earth 2 is a whole nother Earth, but when did that happen in relevance to this arc? Because he's dead there, and he's alive here, and what the actual fuck?
I mean, again, we don't even know when Darkseid War takes place.
And that's another thing that just jams my asshole, man. I'm just like, what the fuck? It's annoying, man. Like, the story over continuity approach, it's really jarring. It's like obviously this book has an effect on continuity. So why are you going with a story over continuity approach? But I give this book an okay.
I think it was fairly good. For me.
Yeah.
But again, I'm
on
a
the
fan.
scale of bad to good, it's okay. You know, it's in the middle. So what's next? So we talk about Book of Death next, or Guardians of Knowhere?
Guardians of Knowhere.
Okay.
All right. So I didn't really like Guardians of Knowhere. All right, and the reasons why I didn't like Guardians of Knowhere that much was because the art and the dialogue and what was going on it didn't make sense mechanically for me, because the art itself is very complex. Colors are changing randomly, shapes are not as they should, dialogue boxes are very jagged. You notice that a lot. And you have 3 or 4 people in one panel talking at once, and the lines are going fucking everywhere. And I can't just look at the art. I have to look at the art, then look at the dialogue, and then see, and then like follow the line and remember it, and then say it in everybody's voices, and then
go back.
I do it again and again and again and again. And even when the action is going on, it's going well, but I have a habit of trying to piece together the invisible frames between them, and a lot of the times it's a little weird. I don't understand what's going on, and then the colors, it's sometimes too dark. So I'm not sure what goes on sometimes. It's really weird. You know.
But for the story piece of Guardians of Knowhere, it starts off with the Celestial Head, and those of you who've seen the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, you know about the big Celestial Head, and they call it Knowhere. So that's exact. And again, I don't like this approach that Marvel has of taking the cinematic universe and basically making it canon for the comics. I'm not a fan of that. I really am not. But whatever. Secret Wars, Guardians of Knowhere. Oh, Jesus Christ, your dog, man. He's punching the shit out that door. But anyway. Guardians of Knowhere. Shut up, Crooks. Shut up, Crooks. Back to Guardians of Knowhere. So yeah, the Celestial Head, Knowhere, and apparently, like, the story goes, the lore behind it goes, that a Celestial was attacking this specific territory, and Doom, being the god of Battleworld, he took care of the Celestial and took the head and made an example of it, and just left it floating, there as, an example or a reminder that, Doom is super fucking awesome and shit. And Gamora doesn't believe that Doom is the one that killed the Celestial, which could be true because in the movie, there's just a floating Celestial head. So, if they're making Knowhere canon, that would mean that the Celestial head has always been there and it's always been floating around. So, that could be the case.
Right, but then one thing that's also interesting, not interesting, but I guess you could say disappointing, is the fact that we know that Doom is a thing. We know that he's OP. We know that he's powerful. We know that he did all these things because it's confirmed in the 3rd issue.
Right.
This would have been a good issue for the first wave because they're questioning Doom.
Is there a Doom that exists?
And as of the first issue, everybody is questioning Doom, including the fans. Now, we know that Doom is a thing, and that just makes Gamora sound stupid when she's talking about how she's questioning continuity.
Right, she's like, oh, is there even a fucking Doom? And everybody else is like, what the fuck are you talking about? Of course there's a Doom. Like, what else would there be if there wasn't a fucking Doom?
Right, it just makes her seem stupid.
And she's like, Thanos? And everybody's like, what the fuck is a Thanos? So, and again...
And then the thing is, Thanos doesn't even become relevant because they bring in this whole fully new character to fuck them up. And I feel like that was... and that was incredibly forced. Yeah. Like, he came out of literally nowhere. I don't...
Yeah. Yeah, and again, he just probably wants to become in control. He probably just wants to be Baron of Knowhere. Is what it's sounding like.
Even though Doom would just bring his stores in and kill him. Yeah. Immediately. Like, you'd think they'd understand this.
And on top of that, like... They don't explain why, because, okay, at the beginning of the issue, there's an intense fight between Angela and Drax the Destroyer. And Angela, she's part of Dorm's Thor Corps. And whatever. Dooms, yeah, whatever. Whatchamacallit. And Angela is beating the shit out of Drax. Like you would think Drax would win, but no, she's fucking him up. And she almost won, but Gamora appears at the last minute, and Rocket scoops everybody up and makes an escape. But for me, I love the art in this issue. I think Brian Michael Bendis did a good job, but again, Marvel with their fucking weird publication scheduling, made this issue suck. Again, I give it an okay. You know, it's not the best thing ever, but it's certainly interesting, especially if you're reading the current Guardians of the Galaxy. If you read the current Guardians of the Galaxy, if you're a fan of anything of it, if you're a fan of the movies, this is great for you. My thing is, certain characters are not involved in it, like Agent Venom or Carol Danvers, which is a shame, really. But, you know, who knows? This is the first issue. They could appear soon enough. But,
okay,
yeah.
And lastly, we have Book of Death by Valiant.
Now, the whole reason we even picked this up was because apparently, like, Valiant, you know, in our personal comic shop, because Valiant, for me, I always know them to be, like, outreach. They do a lot of outreach. Whenever they're at cons, they're the first people you see. They're always like, oh, read Valiant shit. And like, they seem really cool. Plus, we know Robert Venditti. We've seen him on Green Lantern. Komiko is not a fan of his Flash run, but I'm a fan of his Green Lantern run, and I've been reading him for a minute. So I like Venditti, and I picked up Book of Death, and so far I like the cast of characters. It seems that Valiant likes their cast of characters enough, and they respect all of them. This Eternal Warrior dude, he's pretty cool. I like him. I don't know if he's legitimately immortal or he has that semi-immortal thing going on.
Well, the thing is, it doesn't matter because I know that the little Asian girl that they draw horribly explains that the unkillable will be killed. So
True.
It doesn't matter somehow.
True.
One thing that while I'm talking, one thing that I do really like about Book of Death is the villain is the Earth itself because of Geomancer shit. I also like how they played around with the whole elemental thing, like animals, they control ground, fire, everything basically.
Right, and if you don't know what Geomancers are, if you don't fuck with Valiant books, Geomancers...
Avatars, I'm assuming.
Yeah, they're dudes that, like, whisper to the Earth and control the Earth. Like remember at the beginning of the book with the trees killing a whole bunch of people? That was, I assume that was this kid, David.
Well, yeah, he seems like he's being mind-controlled. They make it very obvious that he is. But everybody assumes that it's the Asian girl whose name I forget.
Tama.
Everybody assumes that it's Tama. Probably because they're
because she shows up out of nowhere and she says she's from the future.
Everybody's from the future in that book. Or the past.
Yeah.
But then again, it wouldn't make sense if she's from the future because the future isn't supposed to exist because they all die now.
I don't fucking know.
Then again, they were saying that it's a new beginning.
Yeah, they said, things that die will, there will be new life found in death. They also said that.
Reboot.
Yeah, basically.
I doubt that it's going to be a reboot.
I mean, it's more of a relaunch, really.
That's assuming that they win.
Yeah, it's really gonna be more of a Marvel now. It's not gonna be like a Convergence.
I mean, again, that's assuming that they actually, what's the word? That the bad guy succeeds. Because all they really have to do is either kill the Geomancer or kill the guy that's controlling him. Because the kid seems fairly, they don't play it completely. You can tell that there's some resistance there.
Right.
But Book of Death, the art was interesting. You get used to it, but it's definitely, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I feel like it's a weird halfway point between really good and purposely lacking. Like, like when you don't put as much color or as much shape into things, but it works out because that's your style. Right. And then there's things like DC before Divergence where everything was HD.
Right.
Now, it's in a weird halfway point, and I can't really say I'm a fan of the art. It's not good, it's not bad.
Well, it's because they're incorporating different artists and different...
It's just like weirdly 80s with the art. Like a weird halfway point. I don't know.
And I noticed that, this is completely off topic, but in the DC Divergent shit, they put posters of Black Canary and her new band fucking everywhere.
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah.
I have a poster.
Wait, you have the actual poster. Yeah, they put that shit everywhere. In like in Constantine #2, like the poster was just laying around somewhere.
Yeah, and it was in Green Arrow as well.
It was in Green. Yeah, wasn't it in Gotham Academy as well?
I'd have to check. I wasn't really looking for it. I only caught it that one time.
But yeah, with back to Book of Death, I like the characters. I like Ninjak because he's the classic asshole on the team. He's the like when they confront Eternal Warrior, because the whole thing is he's protecting this girl, and Gate, which is basically the shield of the Valiant universe, they see all this fucked up bullshit going around, like trees like literally impaling people. Like, they're like, okay, it's that girl. We don't give a fuck. I don't care if the Eternal Warrior is on basically the Justice League of this verse. We're gonna.
Oh well, it's implied that he quit because they say like, oh, you wouldn't know about joining a team, would you? So there seems to be some animosity there. Yeah. I don't really care, but I'm pretty sure he quit for this girl.
Right. And they're just like, yo, we're gonna fuck you up. And Ninjak, like, before they could even, like, offer him a chance of surrender, Ninjak just like, fuck you, Sai. And he was like, oh, word? Next time, you're gonna be the first one to draw blood. And that's how the issue ends. So, honestly, of the three that we read, I think Book of Death is the best one out of the three that we have here.
Right.
And honestly, for a dude that's not knowing shit coming in, like, straight up not knowing, like, there was a bunch of shit I didn't know and was like, what the fuck is going on? But it was awesome as fuck. It was in the good way. It was in the...
Right. Valiant is doing good. They're doing good. I don't know anything about them getting more popular in the comic book field.
I highly doubt it.
I highly doubt it, but they're good. If you're looking to get into indie and you're coming from superhero comics, Valiant is a good place to go to.
Yeah. But I think we can...
If I had to rate it, I would say Book of Death, then Justice League, then Knowhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so on to our discussion piece.
All right.
Which is DC's recent shaking up of their Justice League. If you've seen the article by Newsarama, we're seeing a very different Justice League. We have Superman post-truth, and they make it very clear now that he's not getting his powers back. We have
At least not yet.
We have Gordon, Batman, Bat Bunny. We have Wonder Woman, Aquaman, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't think Power Wing is on it.
No.
I don't think...
It's, again, that was just Detective Comics 25. That wasn't an official Justice League issue. It was just Detective Comics 25. So,
Right. But it's definitely a smaller Justice League.
All right.
And you could say grittier. You could say grittier. I don't know.
All I know is that if Jeff Johns does remove Power Ring from this Justice League, I will flip my shit. Because
where's she gonna go?
Yeah. I will flip my fucking shit. Because Jeff Johns, with his last issue on the Green Lantern run, was that Simon Baz was going to mentor Jessica Cruz's Power Ring and, train her. And again, that fucking hasn't happened yet. Like, he has been off of Green Lantern for like almost 3 years now. Maybe almost 4 years, 4 years, something like that. Now, I was assuming that Simon Baz would be on the Justice League and he would be the one to mentor her, but in Darkseid War, they fucking bring Hal back because this book is weird and not continuity-ish. It's weird as fuck. And Jesus Christ, it really irks me. And I know that current GL, even though I really, really fucking love him, he's an enemy of the universe, and, he can't be on Earth because that's gonna make Earth a target. Because
right.
Yeah, he's gonna be like.
Well, not even him, but the Green Lanterns themselves aren't very well liked, and he's not very well liked by the Green Lantern Corps.
Yeah. So he's
also an intergalactic target.
Yeah, it's absolute bad. Like he should not be on the Justice League right now. It's really, really fucking bad. So I can see why he's not on the team. But again, it's like, dude, like he's on the team, he's off the team. He's on the team, he's off the team. It's really getting annoying. It's like, can we get stability for once in our lives? Like, stability is really cool. I like stability. I don't know about you. But stability is cool. I'm pretty sure parents that grew up with both their mom and their dads, you guys like stability,
well, yeah,
right?
But with how much is happening in Superman's life and Wonder Woman's life and Aquaman's Green Lanterns, they can't be on the Justice League that often because they're doing a bunch of character development and different stories.
Right. But the thing that pisses me off is, again, I've said this a lot of times before when we're not recording, obviously, but things happen too fast in comics. It's like, I like, again, we're in JLA, we're gonna supposedly just get those stories where it's just a lot of shit. Like, because Jeff Johns is Jeff Johns is great for events. Most of DC's great events are Jeff Johns. Infinite Crisis, fucking Sinestro Corps War, Forever Evil. Trinity War, we could just sweep under the rug. Trinity War was terrible. But, I mean, honestly, Trinity War, like, the parts that he wrote, the Justice League issues, were the only good part. Like, the literal beginning and end were the best parts. And that was Justice League. Those were the only good parts. Justice League of America and Justice League Dark, it was terrible. It was confusing. It was like, what the fuck? And JLD is another book. Justice League Dark is another book where the members constantly change up and switch around, and it's like,
but the Avengers constantly change, and you like the Avengers.
See, but that's different because, again, it's like we had, like, look how many years we've been with the Avengers. You've never had nothing like the New 52. With the New 52, it's like, okay, all right, like, I like this, like, Justice League Dark has never been a thing before in past continuities. This is a brand new concept. So it's like, okay, literally after the first volume, team change. After the second volume, team change. After the third volume, team change. It's like, what the fuck? At least with Avengers, like, you have stability. You have stability for a long fucking time. And the thing is, there's never no reboots most of the time. Like, the last reboot of the Marvel Universe was Heroes Reborn. So, like, which was in the 90s. So, most of the time, the Avengers, they're there. And when they leave, they're still Avengers. They really just walk out and walk in and come and go as they please. With New 52, I'm now getting introduced, and this was my first introduction to the comic world of DC. So I'm now getting into the swing of things. So it's like, what the fuck? Why does the members keep changing? Like, there's no reason for it. And when they leave, they leave. They're not like, yeah, we're permanently Justice League Dark members forever.
Well,
no.
Because the thing about the Justice League is it's more of a team, and with Avengers, it's more like a job. I think they've even said that they get salary. For being an Avenger.
Well, Avengers, it changes from time to time, but like, sometimes they get paid, sometimes they don't. I know in all different Avengers, they're not getting paid though. They're definitely not getting paid. But yeah, it's really weird. Things happen way too fast in comic books, and it's just really, really ridiculous. Honestly, that Convergence was really rushed. If it was like stretched out to like 6 months, and an issue came out every week for those 6 months, Convergence would have been fantastic. Would have been fucking awesome. Matter of fact, the miniseries fights would have been more than 2 issues. That would have been awesome as well. You would have gotten to spend more time with your favorite heroes from past continuities. So I would have liked that better. But they probably just wanted a quick way to like make a stupid jumping on point and just like, yeah.
Right, but I'd say that the reason why DC does that is because, again, they're more story based.
Right.
So there's a going on with everything. Like, Iron Man could be doing whatever, and Avengers is doing Avengers. They're very you're not like, okay, so in DC, right? They can do a bunch. They can, if their comics don't match up with the time, people call them out on it. Right. Marvel, on the other hand, nobody calls them out on their shit, and mostly none of their series follow the main storyline.
Because honestly, most Marvel characters are autonomous. They like do what they do, you know.
Yeah, but then like think about it like this: Iron Man was on the Avengers, while also being complete despot of San Francisco.
Right.
You know, that DC couldn't do that.
Right.
You know, people put DC and Marvel on different pedestals.
Because again, that you don't understand, like that New 52 shit, like that was supposed to be if DC would have never came out and claimed that this is making everything uniform, this is making everything followable, that was where they fucked up. They should have just never said shit. It would have just been like, yo, it's a reboot. We just want to make a jumping on point. They should have shut the fuck up after that. Because now people call them out on that shit. You know, with Marvel, they just say, "Yo, this is a relaunch, jumping on point, da da da. Here, have fun, everybody." You know.
Right, but then Marvel does that every 2 months.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And there never is an actual settling of events, because it's really ridiculous. Like Original Sin, I mean, there really was not supposed to be a settling. Like with Original Sin, what happened, and that was it. Like with Silk, she got introduced to the Marvel U, and yeah.
Right, because they're less story based. They really just do whatever they want.
Right.
Secret Wars is probably the most that anything will ever affect anything, and I promise you, 8 months from Secret Wars, it's probably not going to be referenced as much as you think it would.
And oh my god, like Axis is pretty much all but forgotten.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Like all of the things even tying to that shit is just swept under the fucking rug. Like
it really just makes you wonder how long term Marvel thinks.
Not that long term. Probably like 5 months down the road. Honestly, like all new, all different Marvel is the longest I've seen them think down the road, because not only are they thinking about the ending of Secret Wars, they're thinking about where their characters are gonna go after Secret Wars, and the post Secret Wars timeline, and the 8-month time skit, and the mysterious, and the things that you gotta find out. This is the most I've seen them think ahead in a long time. In a long fucking time.
Right. But one thing, like again, I like DC better with the way that they go about doing things, is because they do it very slowly. A year from now, the DC a year from now, the DC universe will be completely different from how it was before. However, you're not gonna see it shift that quickly.
Right.
Like everybody changes slowly in their own comics.
And the best part about it is, like people will not read weekly series and then get mad when they see some shit like I don't know what Convergence is. Well, read Futures. I don't want to. Well, what the fuck? I can't help you then.
Yeah, it's like people always give DC shit for not being story based, when really they're the most story based out of probably any company.
Pretty fucking much.
But
okay, so tomorrow, the big fight, the big rematch comes around. Goku
yes,
Superman.
it's gonna be live. It's gonna be live.
Oh boy.
Okay, new topic. I wasn't planning on this. How do you think this is gonna change things, if at all?
Okay, people have been speculating, since they're using New 52 Superman's costume,
that they're using New 52
Superman.
See, I have a problem with that though, and my main problem with that is if they change the character that Goku's fighting against, then this is not a rematch.
Exactly. This is a completely different fight.
Right, because New 52 Superman plus that also goes against Death Battle's rules. They always use every version, and the only reason they used the only reason they blocked off pre-Crisis Superman was because he was just, it wouldn't have been a match.
Yeah.
It would have been like pitting God against Thor, like the Christian God against Thor.
It would have been ridiculous. And, again, another criticism of the fight is that we have literally no information on Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan.
Right. I feel like they should have waited up until like maybe the finale of the series. They could have done, like as you've said before, off microphone.
Yeah.
Superboy versus Gohan, or you could have pitted their strongest.
Let me see. Piccolo versus Martian Manhunter.
Martian Manhunter. You could have picked Anti-Monitor versus Kid Buu. Yeah. Anti-Monitor versus Omega Shenron.
That would be fucking awesome.
That would be cool.
That would be fucking awesome. But you get our point. There could have been some be-all, end-all for the end of Season 2 of Death Battle. Like, there could have been some great fight. You didn't have to do this. Right,
or you could have picked, like, say, Superman's rival against Goku's rival. But, I feel like, they're going to get a good following for this video. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I feel like they didn't know what to do, so they were just like, fuck it, Superman versus Goku. But they're gonna get a lot of flack for this after the video, and if they do use the same Superman, I'm gonna say that the results are gonna be the same, because you can't calculate Super Saiyan God or Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. So Death Battle should know this.
Yeah.
And the fans. they think that it's gonna change something, but when Death Battle says, "Oh, the stats are weird," so they're gonna do a bunch of weird shit to calculate it, and then the fans are gonna be like,
tight. They're gonna get tight. Because honestly, they look at their last calculations and they call those bullshit. The house phone. Pause. You paused it?
All right,
yeah, that was weird.
yeah.
But what were we saying? Superman versus Goku? Yeah.
We were just saying how they're gonna
right. Now I remember.
The stats.
Yeah, like
the stats are gonna be really weird.
And again,
for Goku specifically,
they people get mad at the last calculation about snake weight. I'm like, dude, they put it through a formula.
Yeah.
They didn't just say snake weight. They put it through a formula.
Yeah, and the thing that people forget about it though is that the fans really do some like the fans take into account theatrics, and they say that the reason why Goku looks really slow here is because they made it look slow, but the creators never said that, the animators never said that, and Screw Attack doesn't take that into account.
Exactly.
But the people will always say, but look, it's theatrics, they slow it down, you're looking at this in slow motion. Screw Attack doesn't take that into account because it's never been said.
Exactly.
The fans take it into account because it's the only thing that makes sense.
It's just really ridiculous, honestly. And if they use New 52 Superman, I'm gonna be tight because, again, like you said, it's not a rematch. But even
it's fair. It's kind of unfair.
Exactly.
Like if they're gonna use any Superman, then you should pick, say, Superman from the '80s reboot, and then use him up until Final Crisis.
Right,
or something like that.
It's really ridiculous because you're using the updated
not Final Crisis, Flashpoint. But go ahead.
You're using the updated new forms for Goku, and you're using the latest version of Superman.
Right?
It's like
it's weird.
And this is the Goku that's still gonna have all his shit from the last fight. He's still gonna have all his forms, can do all his shit, and it's like really ridiculous. It's like, bruh, what the fuck?
Right.
And again, I understand why Death Battle is doing this fight again. It was their most viewed fight. I think they got like fucking 30 mil for this, while all its other fights are in the single mils. So I can understand, and it's the most requested fight. It's a fucking rematch. So,
although I follow a lot of Dragon Ball Z related channels on YouTube, and none of them were asking for this. In fact, every video that I saw, they weren't okay with this. Like they were like, I really didn't want to fight. I'm not really looking forward.
Because their booties is hurting.
Like
they don't want to see their childhood hero die again.
I mean, they were saying like, I wasn't asking for a rematch. I'm not really looking forward to the fight. However, I think that Goku would win. That was that was.
They gotta make that shit clear.
That was the general consensus that I saw.
They gotta make that shit clear. So, who wants to see their childhood hero die again? Like, can you blame them?
I suppose so. Yeah.
Like when I was arguing with my bros, like I switched sides because like I was backing Goku hard body, but then as I started to get into comics, I was like, fuck, Supes is gonna win. But like even when I saw it, like it hurt my chest when I saw Goku lose. I was like, shit. I was like, fuck. Like so, like it affected me on some level. So I can already imagine these fucking hardcore dudes who's not letting any other piece of information into their head but Goku wins. Like I can imagine what their reaction was. Just complete and just utter butthurt and just the pains that I can imagine.
Yeah, so it's gonna be. We should probably do another one like this. I don't know. I might put it up on my channel just like a solo video. But if we can like meet up again or something like that, we could do another video just on the Death Battle right after.
Oh,
scoop up those thousands of views.
Right. Right. And it's just like, dude, like why Screw Attack? Well, I know why. You guys need.
I mean, we all know why they did it, but it's just it's unnecessary.
Yeah. And it's like, dude, we know in Super, like, Goku just might very well get another fucking form. What are you gonna do? Do a third rematch?
Right.
Yeah, like, you gonna do another match? It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
Why, guys? Why? But whatever, I can't wait to see the results tomorrow, and yeah, I'm hyped.
So I think that's it, really.
Alrighty.
All right, so this has been the G.P.C.D.
Signing off.